All right, we're on.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody that hasn't gotten here yet. It looks like one person watching, which is me. And I don't even have it open. Okay. Anyways, starting off a new week. There wasn't a whole lot of books that came out this week, but there were some pretty good ones.
Yeah, definitely at least a couple good ones on my radar, I think.
Hi, Beerus.
Damn. Naughty. All right, you want to show off your cool pickups this week?
Sure thing. I got a few. It's pretty much all Something is Killing the Children exclusives. So I finally got this one that I ordered 2 months ago.
That was so cool.
I got that one. This 25.
What one is that? I don't feel like I haven't seen that one.
This one came from Nerd Pharmaceuticals in Canada. They were the only ones that had it. I don't remember who the artist's name. I think it's Labrada.
I was gonna say it almost was like the Kirkham, but not. I was like, that's not the Kirkham.
No.
Oh wow, it looked really good in color.
I think it's the Labrada. Here's the wolf. That one.
Yes, I have seen that one. That one's really dope.
Version. For some reason, this was an exclusive, but just a blank cover for 25.
What are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna get it drawn on by somebody?
I don't know. Yeah, eventually.
I still have those blank DOTs sitting here waiting.
Those things cost $15 a piece. So.
The Something's Killing the Children ones?
Yeah, because they're an exclusive, technically. And I got my Partridge in that you got last week. And then I got this one from Sanctum Sanctorum.
That one's also really nice. There were too many 25s. I could only pick a few, or I was going to be broke. I would be a broke bitch. Yeah, well, you would.
And then I got 3 of these. One of them's going to Thought Bubble to be remarked by Ivan.
I don't know when mine is going to show up.
I think I'm actually going to send 2 to Thought Bubble. I'll just get a regular. I need one with an Octo remark, so with just an Octo remark to go with the others.
Can you request that, like, specifically?
Oh, I've been talking to Ivan on Instagram about what he's going to do on my books at Thought Bubble.
Oh, true. You were talking about that ash can.
Yeah. And he's going to do his first, and why? Welcome. He's going to do his first color remark for me. And then I got this Gleason.
That signature.
ASM number 1.
That signature is clean.
Yeah, he does huge signatures too. And this one's going to be hard because it's in Mylar, but there we go.
So good. That's gorgeous.
Yep. That's one of 2 that I got. The other one's on the wall already. I can kind of. Now you can't see shit, and I'm not taking it off the wall because it's a pain in the ass. But the other one's a remark.
Mine is much shorter. I don't have that much that I picked up this week. This is my second round of Boom San Diego Comic-Con exclusives that are slightly less damaged than the first round. But I have the whole set. We got Jace. These are all House of Slaughter. We got Jessica. Why can I never... That's Old Dragon.
Old Dragon's my favorite.
The Old Dragon cover is the best one, I think. Like, if I was going to pick one, I would definitely have picked this one.
Yep.
It's gorgeous. And then why can I never remember her name? What is her name?
Cecilia.
Thank you. Yes, I can never remember Cecilia. She does look like a Cecilia, doesn't she? A sweet paprika. I did not get the C cover. My shop said they were going to put one aside for me because I need all the pink covers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also picked up this House of Slaughter because they had it
nice.
in a variant box. Yeah, I figured for like $8 or whatever, it was a good grab. So I picked it up.
I'm waiting on all of the House of Slaughter incentives right now. They're all going to go down just like the first set. So I'll pick them all up when they're dirt fucking cheap.
You want to talk about Someone's Killing Children House of Slaughter collections? Crisis has an insane collection. You said you have 3 short boxes. I have like maybe half to 3/4.
I have 2 short. I have 1 full short box, 1 short box that's a little over 3/4 full. So 1 short box of just incentives and AB covers and shit, like all the regular covers and incentives. Then I have like 3/4 of a short box full of just exclusives, and I had to start a 3rd short box at Something Is Killing the Children number 24. So, and I haven't gotten any of my 25s in yet because the guys that I have my pull list with are at C2E2 right now. So
that must be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, did I tell you I finished my Jenny Frison wall? Look, I can show you. Maybe I can show you. I've got them all.
Nice.
It's so beautiful in person. Love it.
I'll be missing the one, or for incentives for this run, I'm missing the 21 1 per store, the 25 1 per store, the 21 1 in 100, and the 25 1 in 250. But I'm just waiting for those to go down. They will.
Yeah. My one LCS hooks me up with the 1 per stores. I know. I've been trying to get them all. So.
Apparently there was somebody that was that had seniority over me at my local comic shop when I started my pull list with them. So I just get them on eBay.
Yeah, the other shop I go to, somebody already has claim to like all the House of Slaughter and some
we've got a question. In y'all's opinion, what's better, short boxes or long boxes? I guess that's all personal opinion. Personally, I don't have the room for long boxes, so I use short boxes. As you can see, I have mine all stacked up against the wall back there. Those are all BCW short boxes. Long boxes would just take up too much damn space. Plus, you know, in my personal opinion, long boxes, there's just too much space in the long box, especially like if you're just starting on the box, unless you have dividers or something to keep shit up, it's all just gonna fall.
I mean, if I could have it my way, I wouldn't use either. Unless there's like something nice on them. I really do like the Something's Killing the Children short box, but I hate the plain white short box. I need things to look like super aesthetic, or I don't like to use it. So if I could choose neither, I would, but out of necessity, I kind of have to because I would run out of space. And they keep them pretty well protected.
I use plain white short boxes for my slabs. Just because the BCW slab boxes are fucking expensive.
Yeah. The ones I use, like the wooden ones with like the acrylic front, they're pretty expensive. And I have to like customize them to fit my Billy bookcase, so it's a pain in the ass. But they do look really nice on the shelf.
Yeah, so to answer your question, personally, I like short boxes better. Personally, she doesn't like them at all.
No, but I do use short boxes because I have to. So short boxes if I was going to pick one.
What book do we want to start out with this week?
I have Twig at the top of my list.
Well, let's do Twig then.
Okay, cool. Can I just say that Lobie stole my heart? Like the whole issue. He's my new favorite character. I love him.
Awesome. His heart is in his horn.
Yeah, he's so cute. He's like, all right, I guess I'll just die.
That's gonna save everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm terrible at this. We got to get used to this. So, everybody watching, all two of you, um, spoilers. There's going to be spoilers. So if you haven't read the book that we announce and don't like spoilers, then earmuffs or leave or something. You can mute us.
Yeah.
I know I'm real pretty to look at, so you can mute us and just admire.
Just take it all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this issue, I mean, obviously all of Twig is, the art is incredible for a fantasy novel. Everything has a face also. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Everything in the landscape.
My favorite panels in all of the issues, because I caught up on all of them today, are just the ones where he's walking through different landscapes.
Yeah.
And they put so much detail into the landscapes that he's walking through, and they're just one panel bullshit.
Every panel is you could frame it. It's gorgeous. So basically in this issue, the last one in issue 3, Twig comes up to Lobie, who didn't have a name at the start of the issue, and is basically like, I have to kill you because I messed up. And he's the last of his species.
Well, I don't think that had anything to do with him messing up, because no matter whether he was late or not, that fucking guy that he was supposed to go meet was bones, man. Like, you don't decay into bones over a matter of like sleeping in 20 minutes late. Like,
yeah, but didn't he like lose or destroy the gem or whatever he was supposed to deliver? He like messed that up.
He destroyed the gem because the dude that he was supposed to give it to is dead. He was just trying to figure it out, man.
Well, because of that chain of events.
Yeah, but I mean, that wasn't his fault, and he wasn't late. Like, he couldn't have been so late that the dude died and turned to bones. So, you know.
That guy just wanted to be a chef.
I don't really feel like that's his fault.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's my opinion.
No, none of this is his fault. This is not what he wanted.
Nope. He wanted to be a chef.
Yeah, poor guy.
I know. And now he's got to collect the tear from the moon.
I don't even know what that means. It's going to be awesome.
But I'm assuming it's metaphorical, because how the fuck's he going to get to the moon?
Yeah. How is he going to get to the moon? That's a good question. I don't know. Loppy can't get him there. Lobby. How the heck's he going to get there?
Nope.
My guy's got a messy face like 3/4 of the issue.
Mm-hmm.
He's so
He likes eating them blue fruit.
Green, wasn't it?
Look blue to me.
Are you colorblind?
Are you colorblind?
We need to test this next stream. We'll figure out. We'll do a colorblind test. And then that dude in the box sings him a song. A song.
But only to him.
Yeah. And he knows what he said, but he's not telling nobody.
Nope.
Suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Maybe he needs to have all 3 of the things before he can do it. I don't fucking know. They're not really getting real specific about his, like, the aspects of his journey.
Yeah. Everything's still pretty vague, I feel. But definitely, I think Splat's the best character. Right after Lobby. Lobby's the best.
Fucking turn into a fucking parachute.
He's very much like Jake from Adventure Time.
And he'd never mentioned that before. He was just like, I got you, bro. Just jump.
He can do anything. He's amazing.
Picks locks.
Yeah. Just Splat's got it. He's a very multi-dimensional character.
He's also very intelligent.
Yeah, he's awesome. And then so at the end, the dude who wants to sell his pelt shows up.
Yep. Well,
So
he
I
burned
guess,
all his pelts. He's pissed.
yeah, he did
Technically,
do that.
Splat burned all the pelts. I just blame Splat and bounce. Like, Splat,
Nah,
take this. I
take
gotta
the
save
L.
the world.
Nah, you can't leave Splat behind. Look at how many times he saved Twig's ass.
Well, that's only because he's small.
He turned into a
Unnoticed.
parachute.
Yeah.
I'm sure he could do lots of other cool stuff.
Possibly. He's also Loki's best friend.
Yeah, Lobi's not letting nothing happen to Splat.
I don't think there's really that much else that happened in this issue, so we can move on to the next one.
Yeah, what do you got next?
I don't have a list.
All right, I got Little Monsters next.
Okay. It's hard for when I read books through, like when I'm catching up on shit like that, it's hard for me to determine what happened in specifically this one issue because I read it all the way through. So, like,
oh, you read them all today?
yeah.
Damn, no. Each issue, I feel like so little happens. There's very little dialogue.
Well, one of them doesn't even speak.
Yeah, Rami.
Yeah, Romy.
Is it Romy? Rami? I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't speak. That was brought up in this issue, and he's like,
Romy's a girl, dude.
Is she a girl?
Yeah, she was the first one. She just has a short haircut. But Romy's a girl.
I did not know that.
Well,
but they call them they, though.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're neither.
Well, that's because they're vampires now.
Yeah, but are the other ones gendered? I feel like they are.
I don't know. Maybe in the future there's super pronoun conscious. I don't know.
We can only hope.
Yeah.
Anyway,
still a female. And like I thought it was cool that they did the whole what happened to all of these fucking adult vampires that turned these kid vampires, because it's a different one for all of them. It wasn't the same one.
Really,
you didn't notice that one of them was an Asian chick?
No, I don't. What issue was that?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I read them all today, but like
so you have a fresh memory.
The little Asian chick got turned by an older Asian chick.
So we still don't know how they all got together.
Nope.
They just dropped them all.
I mean, they were in
city.
different parts of the world too. Like she was in Hiroshima after
different
the
times.
bomb.
Yeah. So I want to know who told these humans to not go to the city. Like, was it the same people that dropped these kids off, or like, hey, listen?
Probably just myths and folklore get around and shit, you know?
Yeah, maybe. So we have a divide in our vampire family now.
Oh yeah, there's some that have feasted and want to continue, and there's others that have better willpower.
Yeah, I guess human blood gives them kind of like this high that they are craving.
But it's got obviously it's got a downside, because Bats was saying that he's getting super hungry real quick.
Yeah. And they don't know how many humans are even left at this point. Like we've seen one colony so far.
And there was only like 4 people in that colony.
And they messed them up the last time.
Except for that one dude who fucking killed that twin kid.
That was so sad.
I mean, he was trying to eat his homies, man. Like it.
Yeah, I know, but he's still just a kid, you know?
He's like a couple 100 years old, man.
But he's still a kid. Poor kid. And then his brother had to see him die. That's traumatic. Although he's selling them out, to be fair, the other twin.
Well, that's only because the dude was fucking gonna kill him with light.
I guess, but still, like, you're gonna sell out the rest of your family. You just watched your brother die, now you're gonna sell out all the rest of those kids.
I mean, you're not a vampire. You don't know how much the light hurts.
That's true. I don't. I don't. I'm just saying, like, that's rough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now they're gonna go back and fight the other kids. Oh, I missed that.
And then why? I was thinking he might do the same thing, and then that scene came. He was like, "Sorry, gotta go, bro." Left him. Didn't even put his head back on.
How was he gonna put his head back on?
He could have tried.
Done. No way. You can't put that back on. That was sad, though. All jokes aside, I was like, oh, poor kid.
I mean, he jumped off the roof of that building and healed in a couple of hours.
Yeah, but I feel like decapitation is a whole other deal.
I don't know, man. The only way to kill a vampire is stake through the heart.
Yeah,
Maybe
but they
not.
left him in the light. He's done.
What do we got next?
I got Dead Lucky on my list.
Okay. I love the massive verse. The massive verse is great, and anything that makes it more massive is cool in my book. I haven't read a story in the massive verse yet that I don't like. This one started off a little bit weird. You got a little confused, and I was a little confused myself because it did look like she was breaking the fourth wall for the entirety of the book, or just narrating her own life to herself for some fucking reason.
Yeah, but then other characters were like, "Are you talking to me?" And it was like very strange. Like it felt like it made the issue choppy.
Well, she tells them that she's talking to herself, but she's
yeah,
not.
but it's like repeatedly. Like we get it.
And they just like go straight from her being in a therapist's office to jumping into a fucking mech.
Pretty much, yeah. They like kind of just like very quickly go through like, oh, by the way, there's like this turf war between this gang and like the government.
Yep.
And we're not going to really talk about it, but it's happening. And then she gets in a mech and she fights. It's a lot that happens very fast.
And the mech gets fucked up. And then
but then she jumps out. And she's like, also, I have electric powers, by the way.
Yep. I don't know. I think it's going to be good. Based off the first issue, I enjoyed it. It was it fits right into the massive verse, even though it's a different writer. It's not Higgins writing it. And the guy that created the book didn't make it for the massive verse. Higgins just saw it and was like, oh, this will fit in great. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Her character design is amazing. Like I really like the costume. I think it's awesome.
I'm hoping because I've got the Ivan Tao one getting remarked. I'm hoping he does the skull face mask for the remark. I'm gonna message him and tell him to do that.
Yeah.
It's like do it on all of them because I don't know which one I'm gonna get Ivan. So just
Yeah, I mean I like this issue overall. But I feel like we definitely need a lot more backstory, which obviously will come with.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll get it. This isn't a limited series like Radiant Red, and I don't know how long they're going to keep going with. As far as I know, I didn't see anything that indicated it's a limited series, and I'm not sure how far they're going to take Rogue Sun because that's already on issue 6. But I don't think it's limited, and I think it's going to keep going, and I'm excited to see what it brings to the Massiverse.
Yeah, I wonder at what point they're gonna intersect. Because like if they're all part of the same universe, they've gotta at some point, right? You would think they would come together.
Not Dead Lucky is the only one that hasn't intersected yet.
Yeah, Radiant Red is part of.
Yeah, Radiant Red and Rogue Sun and Radiant Black all intersected in Supermassive. Supermassive was the first appearance of Rogue Sun and Radiant Red, and then that was a one-shot that split off into their own books. And so you got Radiant Black, Radiant Red, which is now over. Rogue's son, and now we have Dead Lucky. I'm excited to see what else they bring into the Massive Verse. I'm excited to read more on Dead Lucky, and I cannot wait for the next issue of Radiant Black, because that was I don't want to get into it because it wasn't this week, but that was left on quite a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's discuss what got you confused about this. So at the very end of Dead Lucky, you see her talking to what looks like aberrations of like electric aberrations. So I'm assuming that that's who she's been talking to the entirety, because it looks like she's the only one that can see them. So my opinion is that she wasn't breaking the fourth wall. She's just giving this information to these beings.
They're probably like having some kind of conversation. She's like, oh, this is whoever.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they're her fallen comrades, because she, at one point when the mech gets like knocked the fuck out, she sees them kind of like in her.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that's who she's talking to. Like somehow they're connected in like the afterlife, because she's sort of like a Grim Reaper type, it seems like.
Mm-hmm. Well, we will see. I mean, I'm sure we'll get more information in the next story. But yeah, that was if you weren't looking for it, that was an easy panel to miss, and it brought a lot of clarity to the rest of the issue, in my opinion.
Yeah. Once you said that, I was like, oh, and then I looked back and I was like, oh yeah, because I was not a fan at first. I was like, this is kind of weird. I'm not a fan of her name either. I will say that. I do like that they call her BB, but Bibiana is kind of weird to me.
Well, she's half Asian, half Latin.
Oh.
Her father is Asian, her mother's Latina.
I do like BB though. That's cute.
Mm-hmm. All right, what do we got next?
Basilisk.
Basilisk is awesome. I love Basilisk so much. This was a really good issue. Regan doesn't want anything to do with these fucking people, but she's the only one left.
Besides Vanessa.
Vanessa is the one with the white hair, right? I'm terrible with names. Mm-hmm. Vanessa's dead. She died.
Notes.
She's back in she's back in the area that they all came from originally. Mm-hmm. So Regan's the only one left on the earthly plane. And that kind of confuses me, because I'm not sure whether Vanessa is considered the Chimera by the people. Like, it seems like Vanessa's being considered the Chimera by the other people on that other place that she's at. And on Earth, all the followers and that priest dude all believe that Regan's the Chimera.
Barrett, I think his name is.
Barrett, yeah. And then, so he sent in the sacrifices, which is crazy, because they're just sending people into a hospital to kill people.
Yeah, so Hannah's in the hospital, and then they just show up and start killing literally everybody as a sacrifice. Apparently, Barrett, I feel like, has wanted to follow Regina from the beginning. He said he felt that she was the most worthy. And she used to be terrible, like worse than all the others.
Yeah, but she can't remember it.
No.
Yeah, no. And then you still got the other chick that's got her vendetta against her.
Yeah, Hannah.
Fucking
she said if she saw her again, she'd kill her. And there was that whole beginning scene with the sheep, like that cloning stuff. And did you see all the people that look like them back on the
Well, that's what I'm saying. She's back on the other plane, but I don't know if it's cloning so much. I mean, maybe you read something that I missed.
That beginning part with the sheep to me felt like a cloning thing. So they had it like in a bag. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't, but that's kind of how it felt to me because they all look the same.
Yeah.
But
But
then
they're
he's
specifically
Barrett.
bred.
Barrett says he'll take Hannah to Vanessa at the end, but she will die. She's like, well,
Whatever. I'll get to see my family again.
yeah, I've been dead like this whole time, pretty much.
Yeah, I love Basilisk. It's unfortunately going to be over soon. I think it's 12 issues.
And we're at 10 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it'd have to be coming to an end soon. It's definitely getting to that point now. You can feel in this story.
There was a big break between the last issues, too. Or maybe it was a couple of issues ago. I don't remember.
And the covers on these are so good.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like the variant covers are really, really good.
Wait to see more Basilisk. Hopefully it got enough attention that they'll keep it going like Something Is Killing the Children.
Maybe. There'll be a second part, yeah. We'll have to see when issue 12 rolls around what happens.
What do you got next?
The Closet.
The Closet. The Closet is a weird one for me.
Yeah.
Just because the entire thing is pretty much a metaphor. The kid's manifesting this monster because of the way that his parents are. And it's obviously going to follow them because the parents aren't acting any differently.
Right.
Go ahead.
I guess it just wasn't what I expected. Like, from everything else we've had from Tinian so far, I feel like it's been very, like, monsters, horror, like... So when it was kind of like, I mean, I do appreciate the metaphor. I do think the story could have gone on longer if he chose to do that. But it just was not what I expected. So I felt like I was disappointed in that way. But I do think the story was good. It was
a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the same way when I first my first time reading the third issue was several months ago because I got them on the Tinian Substack through my subscription, and I was just like, that's it, that's the end. There's no more.
Yeah, that's definitely how I felt issue 3. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he left it open-ended, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that was as much as you could say, like that. The way that the story was told and the purpose of the story, basically, that was as much as you could tell. Like, the dad was not going to get any better. He was still going to be an asshole. Like, they were still going to fight, and the kid was going to have to deal with that, unfortunately. And the way that it manifests as this monster in his closet.
Yeah, and in this issue, you see him come in from talking to the old man outside, and just turns his back to his son, gets in bed while the monster's sitting there choking him, like 10 feet away.
I mean, the dad is obviously really resentful of this kid.
Oh yeah,
like, he does not want him
get to have a party life anymore and shit like that.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, it's sad. The story is overall really sad that this kid. It's basically him not understanding. He's 4. Like, he doesn't get that his parents, like, he's supposed to have this happy family, and it's this uncertainty of, is my dad going to be mad at me? Are my parents going to fight? Like, he doesn't know what's going on. It's really sad. So, I mean, overall, I think it was a good story, just not at all what I had expected from it, which I think threw me for a loop.
I'm still hoping for more. Hopefully Tinian will continue it a little bit, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know what else you could say.
There's a lot you could do with it, but not for what I think he was trying to make the story portray.
Yeah.
Like you could lead it into the Something Is Killing the Children universe with like the kid manifested the monster and now it actually exists. But I don't think they'll do that.
No, I don't think so either. I think he told the story he wanted to tell, and it's done.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's next?
I think that was all on the list for this week, unless you had another one that you read.
Vineyard.
Oh, Vineyard. I forgot. I didn't write notes on that because I talked about it in my other stream, so it's pretty fresh.
Vineyard was pretty cool. I enjoyed the first issue. I like anything that has to do with gods.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't necessarily see Dionysus, but you do see his nymphs a lot, and they're always around the father. And now one of them's going to be with the son. And apparently this has been going on forever, and they've got a daughter that got out and is going to come back in.
Mm-hmm.
There's really not much to say about the issue, though. Like, not a whole lot happened. They did they sacrificed somebody at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
The wife couldn't do it, so the son had to step in. And now the son's the father's favorite, and the father resents the wife. And the daughter is probably going to come back, and that's about it.
Yeah, so basically, I guess they have this vineyard, and their wine is phenomenal because they sacrifice 4 people a year to the god Dionysus in exchange for this amazing wine, which is doing really well. And I guess, like you said, the wife just couldn't do it. I mean, the dude looked terrifying that she was trying to kill. He had, like, vines and, like, branches coming out of his face and looked terrible and painful.
I think she initially stabbed him with that knife, and that's what was doing that to him.
Yeah, and she just couldn't finish it. So Adonis shows up, finishes the job. I don't know about him, though. I don't know if he's, like, all for it or not.
I don't know. He looked pretty all for it at the end when he was killing the other chick.
Yeah, and she's a creeper.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she is probably his mother's age, and she's like, oh, he's fine. Like, you can come over to my house, and we can hang out. Like, that's weird.
It is. But I'm excited to see where it goes. Like I said, it was enough to keep me interested, but there just wasn't a lot in the first issue.
It was very much like a setup issue, I feel like. But they do give, like, nice little tidbits. Like, I'm sure we'll get to find out, like, why the father's in a chair. He said Dionysus pretty much did that to him so that Adonis could come and be, like, the main whatever. So I'm sure we'll get background information on that. I'm excited for more horror. Like, more horror, more gore. I appreciate the sexy nymph ladies, but, like, let's get into the blood and guts of it.
Yep.
The artwork is really good in it, though, I think.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah. So it'll be good, I'm hoping. It's going to be limited, right? Like, only 5-6 issues?
I'm not sure. I didn't see anything about that in previews. I can look. But I think that was our last book for the week. We can see what's going on next week.
I don't think next week's a big week. There's not a whole lot going on.
All right. We've got A Town Called Terror.
Are you reading that?
I am reading that, and it's incredibly good.
It's one of those black and white ones, huh?
Yeah. I mean, there's some red splashed in there, but yeah. I like it a lot. Deadliest Bouquet. I have not heard of that. I guess I'll have to pick it up and read it.
Yeah, I'll be checking that one out. It's a new #1 from Image, right?
Yeah, and that one's definitely a 5-issue miniseries. We've also got 8 Billion Genies. Oh, no, that's second print.
Oh, no, I thought...
Oh, 8 Billion Genies #4 comes out next week. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We got 8
That's
Billion
such a great series.
I'm loving 8 Billion Genies. I cannot wait for more of that. Slumber, Number 6. Hell
That's
yeah.
another great one.
I'm really digging this number. This has been great so far.
Miri really messed up my camera here.
Doesn't look like there's really anything for us from Boom next week. Just
No,
some
they got like
Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Dark Horse. I don't really read Dark Horse. Let's see what they got. Meh on Dark Horse.
Really, only Slumber and 8 Billion Genies and that new one from Image were the only ones that I thought were interesting.
Town Called Terror. When do we get Next House of Slaughter? I mean,
Not
not
for a
House of
while,
Slaughter. Nice House on the Lake. It's been a while.
That I don't know.
Not next week.
I was waiting for trades, but I guess since we're doing this, I have to read the single issues. Hi, baby.
I haven't really been reading it, but Astronaut Down number 3 comes out next week.
I read the first issue. I thought it was okay. Some people say they really love it, though.
I could catch up on it so we have more to talk about.
Yeah, it's only obviously 3 issues deep, so.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing much else next week.
No. Yeah, it was a pretty light week, it seemed like. Did you read Survival Street?
I did not.
It was wild. Muppets Gone Wild. Like rocket launchers and stuff. Oscar the Grouch calling people things I won't repeat. Well, and Oscar the Grouch, like look-alike deal.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't have much to talk about next week. I'll talk about A Town Called Terror since you don't want to read it.
Oh shoot! You know what? Next week I'm going to be in Boston, so actually it's good that it's a short week.
Oh, okay.
I forgot. Yeah, we're going to be at Boston Comic-Con.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to probably buy way too much stuff that I don't need.
I guess we're gonna have a bye week.
Yeah, so that works out then. That it's not a big week.
There's not enough people that come and hang out for me to do this by myself.
You don't want to do it all by yourself?
I didn't have anybody to talk to about the issue.
Get a one of your Misfit guys.
Yeah.
They gotta read comics, right? They sell them. They might as well read them.
You'd be surprised.
How are you gonna sell comics and not read them?
Some people, it's just a business.
Mm-hmm. Are you having a show tonight? Speaking of whatnot.
Oh yeah, 10:30.
Oh, 10:30 tonight. What good stuff you got going on and whatnot tonight?
I pulled a bunch of Marvel books out, so I'll have some Marvel bundles. Still got that. I've got the Ivan Dots still.
Those connecting covers?
No, they're the homage to Ivan's Something Is Killing the Children 16.
Those are good.
I've got the masked and unmasked one. A few other things. Yeah, I got some DC bundles still. Joker, Puzzle Box, Legends of the Dark Knight, stuff like that. I'm currently watching Sandman right now. She refuses to watch it until she finishes reading 20 years worth of Sandman.
I did finish volume 4 today. I went through and I read volume 3 and volume 4. And I do think they're getting a lot better as I'm going on. The first couple, I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm going to power through it because I really want to read Nightmare Country. But now it's getting like to be a more cohesive story. So it's much more enjoyable to read. And there was a whole section where it was a story about cats, which I personally really enjoy. So that was a lot of fun. But now that it's more like a real like story, I feel like the first couple volumes jumped around a lot. Did you read it, Sandman?
No.
Oh, okay. So like the first like 2 volumes, I feel like jumped around to different stories quite a bit. So it was kind of difficult to keep up with in a way. But now they're telling a story that is like a story. Like there's something going on. Like there's consistent characters, I feel like. So now it's much more interesting and easy to read. Versus the first 2, I was kind of like, all right, I got to get through this so I kind of understand what's going on. I do still have quite a few volumes left to get through, though. I think there's like 11 or 12, and I'm on 4.
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm on episode 7, almost done with episode 7 of the show.
Is it super good?
Yeah. Very much enjoying it.
Yeah. Nate was like, are we going to watch that? I'm like, yeah. He's like, when? I'm like, I could probably start it. Like, I'm 4 volumes in. I could probably start it at this point. But I'm like, I don't want spoilers, though. And the fact that you didn't read it, you can't tell me, like, if, oh, I'm at volume 4. You can't be like, oh, well, in episode 3,
there's this thing called Google.
There's this thing called what?
Google, and you can type questions into it, like, is the Sandman series like the books? And then other people who have read them and watched the show can be like, hey, it's not really like the books. See, NNY says you can start.
Okay. All right, fine. I'll start watching it then. That's like, have you read Paper Girls?
No.
Oh, I read and loved Paper Girls. The show was also really great. Not really like the comics, I will say, from what I remember. Very, like, it follows a basic plot where, like, there's these paper girls from 1988 and they get sent to the future and they're trying to get home. But other than that, like, really doesn't follow the comics too much from what I've seen. It's only like 8 episodes, though. They're probably going to do more seasons. So I guess it's like that. I could start watching it. Sandman, I guess. Thank you, NNY, for answering my question that I can start.
NNY says they're on volume 8.
Nice. Does it keep getting better? Like, I feel like volume 4, we're like starting to pick up speed now. So by volume 8, are you like, yeah, this is awesome? Because I read the first issue of Nightmare Country and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. But like, I felt like I had no idea what was going on. Also, Maria Lovett's going to do an issue of not Sandman, Nightmare Country. So now I really have to catch up because I love her. She posted that on Instagram the other day. Well, do you read any of her stuff?
Maybe.
She did Faithless. She did, oh my God, what the heck is the name of the other one? Drawn a blank, but her art style is amazing. Like her landscape stuff is fabulous.
Yeah, I have not read Faithless.
It's very much like a lot of the stuff she writes is very like religion based, but like a kind of a anti-religion, like very satirical of religion, Christianity and specifically. Keep down. But her art is really, really good. It's like Bleach. I love Bleach. Okay, perfect. All right, cool. So then I'll probably be good.
Like this Witcher season 1 where it fucking jumps to different timelines without letting you fucking know.
You just started Witcher?
No.
Oh, I
I
thought
said
you
it's
said you
like
were
Witcher
watching.
season 1, where it jumps to different timelines without actually letting you know it's jumping to a different timeline.
True. That was a little confusing. I have not there's obviously probably new Witcher stuff out. I have not seen it.
But they're on the season 3 is already done.
Yeah, I
Or
only watched
they're
season
already
one.
working on season 3 right now. Season 2 is great.
Yeah. I thought Witcher 1 was good. Obviously have not watched season 2.
Yeah, you should watch season 2. It's very good.
I'll put it on my list. My list keeps going like this. Everybody's like, you should watch this. You should
I
read
still
this.
haven't
And I'm like,
watched The Boys,
okay.
so
Huh?
I still haven't watched the new season of The Boys. I just haven't gotten to it.
Dude, that show is wild.
Ugh.
It just keeps getting more wild the more the seasons go on.
All right, well, seems about it for the week.
All right, and you said you gotta go set up for your show at 10:30.
Yep. And
Well,
I gotta
thanks.
get the dogs to bed.
True. Oh, say goodnight to Lily.
Oh, I'm sure she's pissed right now that my door is closed. I'll let her know.
All right. Well, thanks NNY for hanging out with us and chatting
Yeah,
with
thank you
us.
very much.
We will not see you next week because I'll be in Boston, but
We won't
we'll
be
let
on
you
next
know.
week, but we'll be on the week after.
Yep. I will post it on my Instagram if you don't follow me, Indiegirl Comics, and I will let you know when we're going to be streaming again.
All right, take it easy. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Bye.